So, after I built my e-bike, I let my buddy ride it. He loved it so much, he said, build me one. So here we are. Let's get to it. All right, let's unbox this thing. First one is the battery, 10 amp hour, really compact. The same one I'm using. There's a couple of miscellaneous cables and whatnot. This is the battery charger. And of course, there you go. Crank arms. There you go. There's the crank rod. And of course, miscellaneous. Here it is, CYC Stealth. It's really compact, but it's powerful. I love this thing. Look at that, beautiful. All right. We gotta take this off first. Loosen this up. All right, we're taking these BB adapters and putting a little bit of this supplied grease on it. Now to lightly tap it into place. There. A little bit too wide, and even though these adapters are seated in all the way, the whole assembly, it's a bit too wide to fit. So I'm going to machine a little bit of these adapters so it sits flush against the bottom bracket. Let me lock this in. Perfect. I just finished machining both sides. Now they're seated in properly. So we slide this in. There you go. And it has room. I like to add a little extra thread locker, even though the screws come with it. Now you got to add that spacer behind, just to make sure everything is snug before you can put this other part in. Before you crank down the bottom bracket, you got to add the top bracket up here. First, you got to loosen this pivoting anchor, both sides. It also comes with 2 sets of screws. You got to pick the appropriate size for you. Don't forget this rubber spacer. This protects your frame. Crank everything down. I like to put the bottom rubber isolator also. That way you can protect your frame. Then crank everything else down. Now you can torque down the bottom bracket to 50 Newton meters. Now we flipped it onto the other side, and here's the crank rod. You want to make sure you line up these splines to the outer side of this, not the other way around. Pop it in. Oh, now we flipped it to the other side. You want to be able to. Now we flipped it to the other side, and you want to install the crank rod into the assembly. I also added a little bit of assembly grease onto these thin O-rings, and make sure that the splines line up to the outside part. Pop it in until it fully seats. There you go. And now to install the crank arms. On the non-drive side, you gotta add a couple of washers and this locking screw spacer. You want to take up all that extra side-to-side slack, but make sure that it still spins freely. Nothing's binding. Perfect right there. Now to tighten it up. And now the crank arm. All right. The original chain on the bike was old and rusty, and it's always good practice. Install a new chain. Now to add the speed sensor. There's a little arrow, you got to line it up. Place this over here. I threw in a couple of zip ties. Now add the controller to the handlebars. You can put it on either side, but I prefer to put mine on the right-hand side. I'm attaching the thumb throttle on the left side because it's just more comfortable and natural for me. Connect the Y cable to the controller. It's pretty easy and it's color coded, but make sure you line up the arrows. And do the same thing with the thumb throttle. And last, make sure you hook up the cable onto the motor. This one isn't color coded, but it does have those arrows that you need to line up. Now, I just had to clean everything up, routed all the wires, used plenty of zip ties, made sure it was out of the way of the suspension or anything else that it could rub. Next up, the battery. I made a custom battery holder out of sheets of ABS plastic and glued it all together. I also added nylon straps along with Velcro to tie it all in to secure it together because it gets really bumpy out there on the trails. And there you have it. I've got it all buttoned up. Everything is dialed in. Shocks adjusted for the weight. The derailleur, everything. I gave it also a bit of a tune-up. Everything works as it should. Like I said in my previous video, I highly recommend this, especially if you've got an old mountain bike laying around. If you already have it, it's so much more cost effective just to do this upgrade. I think it's also a lot more powerful. You can change out the individual components or the batteries, unlike pre-built e-bikes already in the market today. There's a lot of things that you could do. It's essentially modifiable if you want. You know, you can repair the individual parts like the motor, the controller. You can switch out the gears, the battery, and I think it gives new life to an old mountain bike that, in all honesty, we're just a bunch of old dudes that still love to ride. We just don't have the stamina for it. I think this is a great alternative. It helps you get out there because you still got to work for it. It makes you just enjoy the outdoors for a much longer period of time. This is a great alternative and a cost-effective alternative rather than just buying a new e-bike. I love doing this build. I loved sharing it with my buddy. Now I can't wait to get out there and start riding again. So hope you found this video informative. Let me know if you got any questions. All right, ride safe.